Today on the Topping Show, Bud Light CEO says it's the boycotters' fault his employees are suffering. Supreme Court bans affirmative action in colleges. Michigan to ban the First Amendment. Dylan Mulvaney speaks out about the Bud Light fiasco. Alcohol is banned at the Paris Olympics unless you're rich. Nike misses their Q4 profit goals. The first EV bike adopts a Tesla plug. Eli Lilly to buy Cyclone Therapeutics. Overstock.com is now BedBathAndBeyond.com. Snapchat Plus hits 4 million users. Supreme Court backs religious freedoms, and aspartame may cause cancer. All that and much, much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, can need a little assistance, you reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Now, other interesting political news, you have the Supreme Court backing religious protection. Now, in this case, it involved a Christian mail carrier who didn't want to work on Sunday. Now, again, it's 2023, so I have to clarify. Sunday is a day of the week where many worship and go to church, believe in God, and they are a member of the community. It used to be a really trendy thing back in the day. Unfortunately, now it's had a precipitous decrease of popularity. Personally, I hope that trend reverses because I see there's a lot of upside to having a strong community, having a strong faith-based community. I think there's a lot of upside, gives you a good blueprint for being a good person. That's just my 3 cents. Now, the case that came before the court involved a mail carrier in the rural area of Pennsylvania. The man was told that as part of his job, he'd have to start delivering Amazon packages on Sundays. Now, he declined, obviously, because he said that Sundays were for church and family, which, again, if you're Catholic or Christian, it's actually in the Bible that you're supposed to rest on Sunday. I won't dive too deep on biblical historicals and the origins of that, but I will say if you're part of that community, and also many other religions, you're supposed to relax on Sunday. Now, this is actually, interesting enough, a unanimous decision. So everyone on the Supreme Court actually voted together that this man should have that ability. Now, the justices did make it clear that workers who ask for accommodations, such as taking the Sabbath off, should get them unless their employers show that doing so would result in a, quote, substantial increased cost to the business. Which, I'm glad that they have that exception, and it's one of those things where I think religious protection needs to be bolstered, especially the past couple of decades. You see more and more discrimination against folks of faith. But also, every time it comes to a law affecting businesses, the first thing I think is, how is this going to hurt small businesses? Because small businesses, every penny counts, and every person counts even more. So it's one of those things where just one more law could destroy a small business because of overhead, complexities. I mean, small businesses already have to hire groups of accountants to help them navigate the sea of complex tax laws to make sure they're in compliance so they don't go out of business because they make an accounting error and the IRS sues them into oblivion. So it's already a stressful experience and very hard. So if they can show that it would have a substantial decrease in business, they obviously would have that exception. So they would in that case tell the employee no. And I think of a lot of startups where you have to put in 105 hours a week, and it makes sense, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the court also made clear that businesses must cite more than minor costs, so-called de minimis cost, to reject requests for religious accommodations at work. Unlike most cases before the court, both sides in this case agreed that businesses needed to show more. Now, my concern is how much of a burden of proof do you have to show? We'll see. I appreciate the intention, and it is interesting to see that there are a lot of contentious Supreme Court cases, and traditionally you see a lot of the people on the very left and very right kind of just vote their own party, which I want the folks who are going to vote for the Constitution of the United States and what the country was founded for, and that's kind of my 3 cents on who would I like as a nominee. But it's interesting to see even the people on the far of the political spectrum in the Supreme Court came together to vote on this particular initiative together. So that was interesting. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Can't thank you enough for taking time to like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things greatly helps out the channel. Especially feedback. Appreciate the critical feedback, as I always try to take that into account to make the channel, the videos better and better and better. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.